Hello, water walkers, and welcome to See You Saturday. If you have happened upon this video, we hope that you will also check out our blog post on waterwalkers29.com. So, this week, Julie is going to talk a little bit more about what she talked about in the beginning of the week, and I'm going to share with you what really struck a chord with me, and that was on Wednesday when you shared with us what you chose to do during Lent. and she shared, if you didn't read, but I would suggest you go back and read, that she is going to restart writing down her 5 gratitudes each morning to start her day. And I told her, I know I sound like a broken record, but that is a practice that I do faithfully every morning, even if something happens and I don't get to do all of my normal devotion routine. I will at least do that because to me it really does focus my attention on all my blessings and it helps my attitude.
I agree.
And so I mentioned that that's what you're doing for Lent, and we haven't really, and we're not going to talk a whole lot about Lent this year. We did for the last few years. We focused a lot on it because we do realize that all denominations do not practice the season of Lent, and we are United Methodists, and we do practice that. And so, during the time of Lent, we're gonna focus on Christ's journey towards the cross. And so, we together are reading this book, 40 Words for 40 Days, Pauses for Lent. Let's see if you can see it, by Trevor Hudson. Yes. And Ray is also going to read this book with us. And so, like it said, it is one word per day that we will focus on. And there's also a daily practice each day. It gives us something kind of a little challenge for us to do. So we're excited about that. And you may hear more about that in some of our videos, but we aren't going to do a lot of writing about it.
Yes.
So,
and actually, yesterday we went to Ash Wednesday service. I don't know, some of you may participate in that. And we got ashes on our forehead, so you'll see that picture in today's blog post. And so it was a very beautiful, meaningful service. We actually had no media. Normally, all our worship services are broadcasted online, and we, for whatever reason, had no technology. And it was beautiful. We actually had to open our Bible, our paper Bibles, our hymnals. And so I definitely think we need to get back to that.
Back to the basics,
yes.
Which is really what Lent is about.
Yes. Yes. And so, I am not as good as keeping up with the gratitudes as what Deborah practices. I am faithful in my morning devotion. And I am really a habit person. So when I develop a habit, I'm pretty well going to stick with it. So I'm hoping at the end of this Lent that I will be back into a practice of writing my gratitudes daily is my long-term goal. But this week in particular, Monday I started with the full armor of God in Ephesians 6, 10 through 19. And, I really feel like we've been under attack together as a whole and individually. And this week in particular, I came up with some moments this week. And this morning I just prayed to God. I said, Lord, fight my battles for me. Go before me with your hedge of protection and your favor. And, there's some things that we just have to let go and let God take care of, that he's going to work it all out for our good and his glory, which is hard to do. We want to feed the devil by griping and complaining and sharing our struggles, which is good to share your struggles. But when we were doing a study in Sunday school, called Don't Give the Enemy a Seat at Your Table. We'll share a link to that book in the blog post. But basically, when you're talking about those pain points and your enemies or your struggles, sometimes you're just feeding the devil, and you're feeding him at your table. And so I think by combating them with worship and prayer and gratitudes, we can leave that to God to fight. And so one thing we even talked about was creating a music playlist for Lent, because I did talk about playlists on Sunday. And we're going to try to pick songs that go along with these 40 words. So we'll do that on Spotify, and we'll probably be able to even share that link with you at some point as well. So I'm really excited about that playlist.
Yeah, I think it'll be an evolving playlist.
Yes.
As we go through the study, we'll add to it and share. So hopefully you can find it on Spotify and also enjoy it.
Yeah. All right. So we hope you've had a great week. Next week we're going to hear from Deborah, and excited to hear about our recent journey. Super proud of her for sharing her journey with us, and for God giving her the words to share with us. So let's go walk on water.